It's that kind of a day. What's happening? Live from the new and improved zombie apocalypse. It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles live. What's going on, everybody? Ray Hogan down in Jupiter. Are you on Jupiter or are you down in Jupiter? Addiction Zine. What is better than kill the time with the New York Hardcore Chronicles? Not much. What's up, George in Ireland? Matthew Melnick representing Brooklyn. What's going on? All right. What's up, James? Everybody out there. Vegas. What's happening, Jeff, in Vegas? How the Golden Knights doing, Jeff? All right. Chucky, what's up? Harlem, New York dialysis. All right. Curtis from Canada. Sound off, bro. What's up, Curtis? Yep. Parcheesi. I don't think I ever played Parcheesi. Monopoly, Yep. What's up, Wes? What do you say? Peeping you today for a second. What up, Drew Stone? All right. We'll take it. We'll take your second, dude. Lynette. All right, Lynette. Excited for this one. Yeah, Mikey Bullshit's on the show today. Bonjour from Montreal. Okay. Jean-Philippe. Adriano, brother, what's happening? Okay. All right. Got a good PAHC, Pennsylvania Hardcore. Is that right, Nick? What's up with this guy?
What's up?
What are you, pinching my style?
Hey, listen, I'm home and I got some news.
What news do you have for us today, my friend?
I got the Omicron.
Is that right?
I do. I'm quarantined right now.
You know why? Because you're on the subway making out with people. That's why.
I'm a people person. I can't help it.
Man, making out with all them bums on the subway.
I don't know. The last show we had, I had a sore throat, and a day or two later, I said, this is still keeping up, and I went and got tested, and surprise, and I'm fully vaccinated too. So,
did you have a booster shot?
I was actually just about to get my booster. So,
Damn, bro.
Yeah, so I'm here for.
Listen,
Sadly,
you know, my female unit had it, and I did a lot more than make out with her, and I didn't get it. So go figure.
I thought you
You
guys
know?
just stuck to hand holding and stuff. So
Yeah, we just hold hands, me and my girlfriend. That's it. You know.
quote scripture. The but yeah, I mean, unfortunately,
I beat her over the head with that book. That's right. Beat her with a rake. You know.
I'm quarantined until the 31st, so I'm gonna miss.
Damn, bro.
You know, I'm gonna miss the big holiday. So it's just me and the cat for Christmas.
You know what? Here's something interesting. Did you notice? Did you see that the Exploited and Cro-Mags are playing in Astoria, Queens at the Melrose Ballroom?
Where the hell is the Melrose Ballroom? I've never even heard of it.
2 blocks from where my girlfriend lives, right?
I will be there for sure.
2 blocks.
What a lineup this is.
But wait, I gotta say, this place, which was the Melrose Ballroom, which was pointed out to me by Astoria, Queens historian Astoria Lou, is like a Greek spot, right? It's
really?
like this. It's like a Greek ballroom type of place. So hold on, here's like an upcoming event at the Melrose Ballroom right here. Here's Christi. It's a Greek joint.
Christos Stantis.
Yo, the Exploited and the Cro-Mags are playing there.
Wow,
dude, it's gonna be off the hook. Yeah, man.
I'll be there. That's probably really close to work. Now, can I get there on the 7 train or what?
No, it's the other one, the R, the N.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, I saw this on their website for the Melrose Ballroom. Let us host your next event. Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
Wow.
How about hey, hello, Melrose Ballroom? Wait, hold on. You know it's coming, right? Hello, Melrose Ballroom. I'd like to rent the venue. I want to do a show. Just some little punk rock thing. Yeah, just some new wave thing. Band called The Exploited and a band called Cro-Mags. You know? Jeez.
Waddy is coming to Queens. You know what? This would be a great time for us to get him on the show.
The funny thing is that I swear to God, I was listening to The Exploited 15 minutes before Story Lou sent me the thing. 15 minutes before I was listening to Exploited, thinking, you know what? I'd like to see The Exploited play.
Yeah, me too. I've never seen them. And Total Chaos too.
Yeah.
This is going to be that's a great triple bill. I will definitely be there for sure. So
the place is going to get wrecked.
Yeah, I'm psyched.
Will the Greek artist be opening for the Cro-Mags?
Paulie Pork Chops, what's up?
You know? That's pretty funny, man.
This is well, you know what? I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see.
Wait, here's another one. Here's another one. Coming on New Year's Eve at the Melrose Ballroom, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Feed? Is that
Feed?
Is that that's Feed? What's happening in the Melrose Ballroom New Year's Eve.
Wow. Okay. That's wait a second. New Year's Eve 2022?
Yeah.
Because technically New Year's Eve is still 2021.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there, but
I'm just throwing out. So one last, and I will say this one last time. Here's the flyer for the Exploited thing. Tickets are expensive. You know
what? And I'll be there no matter what. I'm definitely.
I wouldn't buy tickets for this. It's against my religious principles to spend. But tickets are like with all the fees, like the fucking wipe your ass fee and all that shit. It's tickets are close to $50 a ticket.
Is this an Eventbrite ticket?
No, I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
But Scenic presents. Scenic were the people that were doing the shows at the Brooklyn Bazaar.
Oh, okay.
Souvlaki superpower. Yeah.
Well,
yo, your Greeks are in the house.
There we go.
It's going down in Astoria, Queens. Exploited Cro-Mags in total. Yep.
That's gonna be awesome. That's a great lineup, though.
I'm kind of psyched to see. I was listening to Fuck the System, Fuck the System.
How old is Waddy now?
Waddy's probably 60 something.
Is he older than Stigma?
I don't know. You know the great. Wait, I have to throw up the great. Oh wow! Here's a not. Wow, I didn't even know I had this one. This one's like not even 10 years ago. This one hasn't got me, Waddy, and Bobby from Biohazard. What's up?
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Yep.
Nice. Look at that mustache.
Sheesh. Yep. Now that photo's great. It's sort of a takeoff on this one, which is the classic. Me, Waddy, Bobby Hamball, and God rest his soul, Sean Kilkenny at the Columbia Hotel in London back in the day. Yeah. Yep.
That's a nice shot, actually. Waddy looks really good there.
Gregor says Waddy's 64.
Okay, so he's younger than Vinny.
Yeah, could be.
Wow.
Yep.
You know what? The fact that they're still doing it gives everybody a little bit of hope, you know?
Yo, Waddy's awesome, man. I'm not going to...
That's awesome.
Waddy's awesome. All right, here we go. Hey, wait, is this... Well, you sent me this picture. What's going on here, man?
Uh-oh.
Boom.
That's my defense right now. This is my daily regimen for the for the virus. This is what I was
vitamin C, vitamin D3, zinc, and mucus relief.
Yes, yeah, no, this is what the doctor basically said. This is because there's no actual medication they're saying, and she said this is how you do it.
And she said get exercise too, right?
Yeah, she said walk. She said the virus wants people to sit still.
Dun, 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 dun,
what did you say?
Walk. Keep walking, punk.
Yeah, she said get out. She said walk. Just don't stay away from filthy humans.
Get your stinking paws off me, you dirty, filthy ape.
Yeah, so I was happy to hear that, because if I had to just stand in this room in this apartment, I would have been losing my mind. So,
all right, let's do photo of the day.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, brought to you by the Hardcore Shutterbug.
Oh, here he comes! Here he comes!
Meow.
Stretch out.
Yeah. All right, photo of the day. Boom. Here we are. Wrong answers only, please. Wrong answers only, please. Is it I'm here for the feline video? Feline. Is it Robert De Niro? Good one. Is it penis? Is it wrench? Is it Moby? Is it De Niro and Taxi Driver?
Feeling like De Niro and Taxi Driver.
Holy survivor. I'm a survivor. Just like De Niro in Taxi.
Just another victim, kid.
There it is. Judgment Night, right?
Classic.
Is it Travis Bickle and the Taxi Drivers? Is it today's Joe Strummer's birthday, right?
Oh, yeah, actually, I think you're right.
Yo, let me tell you something about Joe. Let me tell you something about Joe Strummer, man. If you don't know, you better ask somebody.
Ask Davey Gunner about Strummer.
Is it the guy from the Wonder Years? Is it Green Jam? Is it Peter Green? That's a good one. Is it Vinny Stigma pre-tattoos? Rest in peace, Joe. You know what? We got to put up a Joe Strummer photograph. Hold on. Just one, because Joe Strummer, Man, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Joe Strummer. Hold on. Joe Strummer, Oh, okay. Here's the great Joe Strummer shot. This dude, man. Talk about, and this guy was a huge influence on.
That's
on
a classic shot too.
Yep. Rest in peace, Joe. Joe Strummer was the best for sure, man. Joe Strummer, huge. The Clash were so big in my world, man. Huge in my world. I can't even put into words how big Joe Strummer and the Clash were for me. Anyway, we got another photo, right?
Yeah.
You know who I thought this was when you sent it to me?
Yes.
I thought it was DRI. Right?
Yeah, that was the first thing you said.
All right. Right answers only, please. Here we go. Right answers only, please. What is it? What is it? Is it Tool? Is it Tool again? Is it JMK from Tool?
Is that Charles Peterson? The Charles Peterson I just saw?
Tool again?
Yeah.
I don't
Is
know.
that
Is
legendary
that you,
photographer Charles Peterson?
Is that you, Charles Peterson?
One of my all-time heroes?
All right. Is
Wow.
it? No, he says no, not the photographer.
I still like you.
Is it Rat Bones?
Without the tattoos.
Yeah. Is it?
Hammer.
Is
Hammer
it
time.
Tool? All right, what is it?
It is in fact Tool. Yes, it is. This is Tool at the absolute way back. This is 1992 at the Limelight, as a matter of fact.
What's up?
This was Tool, and they were opening for a band called Road Crew, which was actually
I remember this. Wasn't
the band
that Steven
Vane
Adler?
with Steven Adler on drums.
Yeah, I was there. I saw that. I don't
And
remember.
the funny
Tool.
thing is, the opening, there was a third band called Burstyn, and it was the son of the actress Ellen Burstyn.
Huh.
And Maynard kept thanking Bernstein the whole time. And there he is, Danny Carey. Yep. One of the greatest drummers ever.
Didn't he just get into a bunch of trouble?
Who's that? Danny Carey?
Yeah, he did at an airport. He was like, they arrested him. Am I right? Is that what I'm thinking of?
I didn't hear that.
Am I right? Did this guy, Danny Carey, just get in a bunch of trouble? I think that he just got arrested. Listen, I know it's true. I saw it on Blabbermouth.
Really?
Yo, Davey Gunner, what's up? Speaking of Astoria, Queens.
Yeah, see, Davey knows what's up. Speaking of a guy that's played with the Clash.
People are like, yeah, you're correct. Yes, he did. Yeah, he just got arrested. Yeah, I think he made a scene. He was drunk. He made a scene in the airport, and they just came up and arrested his ass.
Wow. True. Yep. He's an absolute monster of a drummer. He's amazing.
Yep.
Although I gotta say, I got to see Tool early on a bunch of times when they were just coming out, and everybody faced forward. And everyone faced the stage. And now if you go see Tool, Maynard sings to Danny Carey the whole night. He doesn't even leave the drum riser. And I think it's really? Kind of self-indulgent.
You know? That's weird.
It just, I love the music, but live they get really weird now. Like, I liked them when everybody was...
Weird. It's so weird. Hey, Barbarino. Hey, you know what? Speaking of photographers, let's announce this show. Yeah, Wednesday, February. I think we did already. Did I announce the Ed Culver show?
Last week, I think you did, yes. But you could show it again.
All right. Coming up, Wednesday, February 9th, the legend Ed Culver on the show.
Another legend right there.
All right. There you go. All right, listen. We got guests. We got a guest.
Yes. We've taken enough time of this already.
Enough of this. Bring on the dancing girls. All right.
I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for this. And
hang out. We'll
I'll be here. I got nowhere. I got nowhere else to go.
one move and the host gets it.
I'm quarantined. There ain't nowhere to go.
All right, I'll talk to you in a bit. What's happening? This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, and we are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, the Texas Silver Rush, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Chacho's Tacos, Generation Records, and Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, located in Lakewood, Colorado, is the Rocky Mountain headquarters for all things punk, hardcore, and metal. Established in 2014, they have the largest selection of records, CDs, shirts, stickers, patches, and accessories between Chicago and Los Angeles. From the pit to the ditch, they got your back. Get in touch with them at www.chainreactionrecords.com. Come on now, Chacho's Tacos, located in Corpus Christi, Texas. They opened their doors in 2001, home of the almighty Chacho's Taco. They cook up an incredible home-style Tex-Mex food, and this month they're celebrating their 20th anniversary. They've been supporting underground music since the beginning. In their own words, we ain't stopping anytime soon. Touring bands that play Corpus Christi, swing by and get a home-cooked meal at Chacho's Tacos. We got you. The underground scene will never die. Please follow us on Facebook or on Instagram. That said, let's bring our guest on. Let's clear the deck. Here we go. You asked for it, you got it. From the zombie apocalypse. The variant. We're the variant. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Today's guest is a singer-songwriter and fanzine writer, publisher, hailing from Queens, New York. He's known for his work with the bands No Mistake, Ego, Go, and SFA, and is the force behind Bullshit Monthly, which published 25 issues over the course of 5 years. Please welcome, coming at us from San Jose, California, Mr. Mike Bullshit. Hey, man.
Hey, everyone. Hey, world. Did people really ask for me? Probably not.
Yes, by popular demand.
Hey, Drew, put me on.
Yeah. How you doing?
You know, it's good.
Hey, look, your old friend Alexa just showed up.
Lexi, girl.
There you go.
Right.
Right.
I'll tell you, if you want to see a picture in one of those hardcore books of a badass girl, it's always Alexa.
Yeah,
it's always her.
She was a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
How you doing? What's the latest in the zombie apocalypse? How's the pandemic treating you?
Well, it's all right. We're careful. I don't go to shows or nothing.
You didn't come see us? You didn't come see us play, fucking guy.
No, I didn't. And you were maybe like 40 minutes from me or something. No, man, I'm not going nowhere. For a while, I mean, we weren't even. We were doing the thing where the groceries like you.
Yeah, sure.
And they'd like deliver them put them in the trunk. Hey, Ralph, how's it going? Yeah. We're not doing nothing, man.
I mean, and that show we played was packed. I mean, like it was. If you didn't want to be around people, it's good you didn't come to our show. It was packed. Where we played in right outside San Francisco, Pacifica. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think when you were there, that was even before Delta, and then Delta was bad. But this new thing is just fuck.
John Angeli says, "Please tell Mike I say hello." Hey, Mike. John says hello.
Hey, John. Yeah. I could see the comments too. So cool.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah.
And George Curran I saw from Ireland earlier, and Michael from Addiction Fans. I'm going to talk about Addiction Fans a little later.
Yeah, we're going to talk fanzines.
I just mentioned Addiction Fanzine, and then there he is.
Poof! It's the magic of the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Let's talk about this a second,
Sure.
And we'll circle back to it later. But this is something that came out recently during the pandemic, right? Tell us about this.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! So this, I mean, I've wanted this for like 30 years, and back before the whole hatecore thing, I started SFA, and I was a singer for a number of years, and we did these 2 tapes. We did the demo in '87, and we did Tanks a Lot in '88, and there's been some people releasing them online or digital or whatever. But they've never actually been re-released. They were never on vinyl, and they're good songs.
This is the first 2 demos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, you could fit like 41 minutes on an album, and I thought we were going to have to cut a song. I mean, there's 24 studio songs plus 6 live, and
wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, really, we like it was like 40 minutes and 12 seconds, and or something like that. But anyway, so this means so much to me. The fact that that it came out, the fact that it's here, I'm just appreciative to Dave from State of Mind and Robert from Refused Records as a joint label, and also I got a shout out to Vinny Filippini, who came up with the idea. If he hadn't brought it up, this would have just been an idea.
And there's like a nice booklet with this, right?
Yeah. There's a booklet. Thank you, Michael. But it's and some of it's like early versions of songs that came out that like were redone, like Gyroscope. I think Gyroscope's the one song I'm like really known for. But people didn't even know that there was an earlier version. So yes, so some of these songs were later Ghost songs, some of them were later SFA songs, but a lot of them just no one's ever heard.
Cool. So where did you grow up? Did you come from a musical household? How did music come into your life?
I grew up in Queens Village by Jamaica. It was absolutely not a musical household at all. But my parents were so supportive of everything I did. If I was a kid putting on some show of a circus in our backyard, or coming up with some dumb project, or I'm rehearsing in the basement and like 2 floors up, like the mirrors were shaking against the walls. They were just. I could not have asked for better parents with that.
Is it safe to assume you're Jewish? Were you bar mitzvahed?
Oh yeah. Of course,
bar mitzvahed in Queens.
Oh yeah, at the Queens Village Jewish Center. If we have a break later, I'll pull up a picture. I'm gonna get the Torah and everything.
Nice Jewish boy from Queens.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I went to yeshiva, not Orthodox, it's conservative, from 4th to 8th grade. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the first music that kind of came into your orbit?
Well, in the 70s, I guess, like I don't know. I was born in 68, so like I actually kind of grew up in the 70s, and but when you're a kid, it was just whatever was on the radio, and then towards the early 80s, I started listening to Plasmatics, Clash, Ramones, Sex Pistols, the ones that are more known. Mm-hmm. Before I guess that's the gateway drug into the scene.
Well, the Ramones, the Clash, the Sex Pistols, yeah.
Because you get that, and then you start looking around a little more, and then you find out about all the other stuff. My first hardcore records and were from Sounds. People remember Sounds on?
Yeah, of course. St. Mark's Sounds, of course.
Yeah, right around there. And I still remember it was Ill Repute, Oxnard Land of No Toilets.
Wow.
It was Poison Idea, Kings of Punk, and it was Discharge, Fight Back. And I got those because those had the most songs. So I feel, well, if I'm going to pay probably $2-3 each, at least I'll get my money's worth. Like if some of the songs suck, there's more songs, so odds are at least some of them will be okay. Mm-hmm. And I still have those. I think the ones I have I might have sold and bought back again, but
and so when did like New York hardcore come into your orbit, and with what?
Oh, I got the article here somewhere. I'll find it after a break.
We're not looking.
New York Newsday. New York Newsday in May or June of 1984 had an article on the nihilistics, and it showed people slam dancing at CBGBs. Nice big picture of people slam dancing at CBGBs, and a couple pictures of people in the band. and it talked about their their attitude and what the scene was like and all that. And I was like, holy shit, I'm so there. But I was 15. But when I turned 16, like this was so not happen nowadays. 'Cause, I had to take a bus and a train to the Lower East Side. It was, it was like an hour and a half. I don't know how many parents would do that for their 16-year-old kids nowadays. But yeah, my parents let me do it. And I went down to the city and started slam dancing with the punk rockers. So that was end of November 26th, Psychos and I think Crumbsuckers and Nevermore and Armed Citizens. And I'm there. Fuck it, And then I started going.
You sent me this these CBGB strips.
Yes,
and I assume these are like some of the first shows you saw.
Yeah, because I started going end of November '84. So all these are like early '85. As I mentioned yesterday, all the way on the left, the institutionalized
was suicidal tendencies.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and that was like just when their video was all hot, and oh my god, I've never.
You know what's crazy? The one on the right is 3 shows within 24 hours. It's like a Saturday night, Articles of Faith, Corrosion and Leeway. Sunday afternoon, Psychos, Cause for Alarm, Justified Violence, Sheer Terror, and then Sunday night, Decontrol, Black Market Baby.
And see, I'm so anal retentive that actually the little check mark means I went to the show.
Yeah, some of these show. Yeah, some of these. This is a real like time capsule of like 1985. CBGB's matinees, 1985.
Totally.
Violent Children, Cro-Mags. That's probably like what an early Cro-Mags show.
And I'll tell you, I saw them like 10 times in 1985, give or take, and still to this day. I mean, like that tape, the Age of Quarrel tape, not the album, the tape. I mean, that's like the top. I mean,
Alexa asks, whatever happened to Jimmy Montoni from Malignant Tumor?
Who knows? I don't know.
That's you're pulling that one out of the air, Alexa. And yes, that's not SSD from Boston. It was a band called Decontrol from Philadelphia.
Yep.
Yeah.
And but yeah, and actually, it's funny she asked that. So many of these people I'm still friends with on Facebook.
Is that right?
There's upside and downside to Facebook. But
if I could go back and see any of these shows right now, I'd go on the left there, Saturday, November. I'd go see the Droogs, YOLO Tango, the Dogmatics, who were smoking back then, and Scruffy the Cat. I'd go back and see that.
Mm-hmm.
Left to my own means at this point. But
1985. I was 16, turning 17 that year. I started Bullshit Monthly December '84, like a month after I was there, a month after my first show. And I just have to do something. I can't just stand around and watch a band or, not know anyone. So doing a fanzine was a way to talk to people, say, ask questions, connect with people. And, I was always at shows. Oh, yeah. So the guy, Gary, the good to the last drop guy, I sent you the picture of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
let's talk about this sort of the format of Bullshit Monthly.
Sure.
Wait. Oh, this is dude right here. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I got it right here. Bam.
Yeah. He sent me a picture, like 35 years later or whatever. I thought, oh God, that's so awesome. His name's Gary. Hi, Gary. And then actually, so Sarah and Rebecca and Carrie, in that picture, I'm friends with them on Facebook. I know these people. If you would have asked me, oh, hey, 35 years from now, like, are you going to know these people? Like, of course not, I'm just really happy. Technology is good, technology is bad, but being able to be connected to all these people from way back when. Oh yeah. It's just so funny. So
let's talk. So this is actually typed out a little bit. But
walk
walk us through the process of how you put together Bullshit Monthly.
Oh yeah, well, most of it is handwritten, and some of it is typed out. And I would just, it was legal size, which was a pain in the ass. Well, why
Yeah.
I did the legal size, essentially, for those in Europe, it's 8.5 inches wide, like letter, but then it's longer, so it doesn't fit anywhere. So, um, yeah. So, I would, here's one. So I'd write it out, and I would take some like awful pictures. Yeah. Like so these pictures of AOD, that's taken on my little $5.99 camera from Woolworth that was like falling apart and held together with duct tape. And then so on this one, you can see a bunch of handwritten stuff, but then some typed, and then here actually on that, yeah. So yeah.
Hey, let me ask you,
Yeah.
what happened to? Did you keep all those pictures that you took from back then?
I kept some. I moved a bunch of times, so a bunch of
Yeah.
pictures got tossed, a bunch of T-shirts got tossed, which kills me now.
Because the pictures, man, if you have those pictures, you got to scan them, man.
Well, you saw the Bullshit Monthly page on Facebook. Like there's a whole bunch of pictures there too, and actually there's a place. I scanned. It's probably about 15 of the Bullshit Monthlies. They're online at I have them online. After a break, I'll write out the link. But I did apply.
Now, all this kind of you started Bullshit Monthly. This was before SFA. This is before you were in the band, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
But Bullshit Monthly stretched out over 5 years, basically, right?
Yeah. Well, it was in '85, the Spastic Farm Animals, and we did one show. We were together a couple months, and then in '86, we were together a couple months, and we did one show. It was really early Straight Ahead show.
Wait a second. I got to stop you right there.
What?
Wait, hold on. I gotta.
Oh yeah.
Spastic Farm Animals. Hold on. I got.
Pull up
I gotta find the flyer, man. Hold on.
That's Sean Taggart one from '85. That's a great flyer.
Yeah, that's this. But you guys aren't. I don't see. Hold on. I don't see you guys. Is this is the first SFA show?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You guys aren't on the flyer though.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, Spastic Farm Animals. There it is.
Yeah, and like Sean is so amazing. Like
I've never seen this flyer.
Yeah,
I've never seen this one.
I mean, having a flyer done by Sean Taggart is like, holy fuck.
Yeah, but, that's serious. I gotta send this to Sean. I've never seen this one. I didn't. So it was SFA, Spastic Farm Animals.
Its very first thing was, and then in '86 we were Society's Full of Assholes, and then at some point it just came to be stands for anything. But so like this show was me dragging these bands out to Nassau, and I'm 16 and a half. I'm like this total dork.
Yo, Shock. Wait, no, I think Sean Taggart played in Shock. I don't know if he was.
Yeah. He sang at least. I don't know. Did he do an instrument too?
It's a hell of a bill.
Yeah. All these bands later were huge bands. Very few people there, and I think I broke a mic or whatever. But
oh no, not at a hardcore show.
I know, right? But
yeah.
But I knew those bands through Bullshit Monthly. That was kind of the thing, I knew everyone because I'd go around the show saying, "Hey, you want a fanzine for 30 cents, or 35 cents, or a quarter, whatever it was," and then while I was doing that, I'd say, "Oh, hey, what's up with your band? What are you doing? Do you need a member? Are you doing a show?" And yeah, it was I look back over these issues, I could pull one out, and it's just I go through it, and it's just like a thumbnail of everything that was going on. And part of it was me. I just need something to do. I can't just stand around, and I like talking to people. I like doing stuff, and I couldn't just do one issue. Like a lot of people just did 1, 2, 3 issues of their fanzine, and I have a lot of respect for that. Oh yeah, there's me with my pencil. I had little notebooks, and I had my little $5.99 camera from Woolworth, and I was the fanzine editor, But but you know,
And where did you print them up? Did you go to? Did you like? What was the hookup? And how many did you print up usually?
Sure. Yeah. I think by the time issue like 6 and 7 was out, I was in the 250 to 300 range.
Oh wow.
Okay. By the end of the year, by the end of 85, issue 11 and 12 was 700 each. And you know, there'd be some at Bleecker Bob's and some at some records and all that. But really, most of it was me just at shows saying, "Hey, do you want to buy a fanzine?" Like I'd be at the Rock Hotel, and there would be hundreds of people there between bands reading the fanzine. Because what else are you going to do? You might as well for 30 cents. Fuck, you know, even if you throw it out afterwards. Oh yeah, here's some other fanzines.
Now this is from your collection, right?
Yeah.
Look at now. Some of these I recognize, of course. Some of them, I Dear Jesus fanzine. That one doesn't ring a bell. But these are
Well, yeah, like you know, I think Dear Jesus, Inward Monitor.
I see Schism. I see Schism in there.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was, I think, Purcell from Youth of Today's fanzine, right?
Yeah, Purcell and I don't remember who else. Boiling Point from Tim Singer, who was later in some bands. Yeah, all these are Slug and Lettuce from Chris Sports, an amazing photographer.
Now, here's a couple from my archive. You know, just some of these, you know, Damaged Goods was
see that's before my time.
This one goes back a little bit early. I mean, look at the bands, right? Reagan Youth, Heart Attack, Kraut, Even Worse. This is I think this is Lyle from The Misguided, if I remember correctly.
I got.
Let me see what else I got.
I mean, I got a couple of people I need to shout out to.
Why are you going somewhere?
No. Before I forget, because I can't remember. Go ahead. Gary from Tsitsi Fly fanzine. He was really great. He was another one back in the day. Wendy from Guillotine. I gave her a bad review, and she kicked me in the balls the next time I saw her at CBGB's, and I deserved it. You know, I deserved it. You know,
here's another one. I mean, you talk about these. I think this is a kind of life of the big city. Like, this was probably one and done. You know.
Yeah. And you know, I have a lot of respect for that. Like Constructive Rebellion, done by Adam and Neil, who later started Life's Blood, and then later were in Born Against. It's an amazing fanzine. That's a little earlier.
Yep.
But I want to say, got a shout out to Adam. He's working now, but at some point he's going to show up.
What is that? Hold it up again.
Oh yeah, Constructive Rebellion. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Wait, where's the camera? So fanzines, I still have a lot. You know, they document those times. You know, in interviews and show reviews, but then, you know, pictures. Just having them, it brings back those days. I remember the people. Yeah.
Absolutely. Here's another SFA flyer from February's. Well, you guys put in a lot of work out in Long Island, huh?
Well, yeah, you know, because it's where we were. See, okay, so Loud and Boisterous, that didn't happen. Straight Ahead, formerly Mayhem. And that on the drums is Tim McArdle, who's later the singer in Token Entry. Huh. And then there's me, Billy, and Ron. Ron moved over to drums for SFA and later Go.
I was confused by this. Jan wasn't in this lineup.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Jan joined in '87. Like we did this show, and then we probably broke up. And then, Now, before this band was the one who did Music to Thrash By. That was I think '85. And that's this for people who haven't seen it. And that's it.
So like that predates the thing that just came out.
That's correct. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And it's so. Oh wait, actually, hold a minute. No. Actually, I'm wrong. because we have songs on that, and actually songs from the live show are on it. But if you ever get a chance to buy this, one, it's awful, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
And then,
That's why it wasn't included, because it's awful.
yeah, no, I mean, I will never re-release this, and actually, they sell for $500 to $600 now, which is crazy.
Hey, what's going on here? You sent me this.
Yeah.
Was there? Did you promote this show? I mean,
No.
I remember the Nameless Theater. We played there. Antidote played there, or when I was in the High and the Mighty. It was a funky place, man.
It was, and there were seats like a movie theater.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it was like an old movie theater.
yeah, I just sent this because it was just an example of what was up back in the day, and there was a month. Actually, this is funny because it doesn't tell you. Oh, no, it does. August 1985, they had I think 2 shows a week, and I think it was just that month, but everyone played there, and it was fantastic.
It was like an old, dilapidated theater, and let me see if I have another flyer in my archive. And it was like they were going to tear the building down, right? And it was just sort of, But yeah, I got a couple. Wait, here you go. Huh? This is interesting. This is when I was in the High and when I was in the High and the Mighty before I joined Antidote, or the High and the Mighty, Token Entry, Mental Abuse, and Antidote at the Nameless Theater. I don't know how this happened. Maybe before I joined Antidote. Yeah.
But
interesting. But that was a funky place, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 85 and 86, 87. Those were great years. There were shows just all over the place. I saw Cro-Mags and No Remorse in this like VFW lodge out in New Jersey. Actually, I saw COC and DRI at a VFW lodge up in Albany with Brendan. We like took the train up, the two of us. God, what a mess.
Back to CBGB's. Here's a shot of you and.
Yeah, I just had to toss him in here.
Yeah,
he was just a living doll. He was just the greatest guy. Like I don't think there's a man on earth, anyone on earth, who could say a bad word about the man.
He passed away very young.
Yeah, I know. It so sucks when Todd Youth and Pete from Sticks and Stones passed away recently.
I thought that would perk you up, Alexa. Yep, Big Charlie. I like the guy behind him. That's like, oh. Yes, yo, shouting out Frankie Too Far. What's up? My favorite DJ, the Governor. What's up?
It's so weird when one of us dies because we were so young,
Yeah.
And it kind of freaks me out.
It's not like it is now where someone passes away every other week.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Here's another shot of you outside CB's, right?
Yeah. Okay. Now this. Okay. The fucked up thing about this. Okay. So there's
National Leather. No, you're actually in front of National Leather.
Right? Yeah. I guess that was next door. So people pointed this out to me. There was a series on music and music scenes in different areas, and there was one. Each episode was, and there was an episode for Chicago, and this picture was in that episode. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because it's obviously New York. It's from New York. It's from CBGB's. I was thrilled. Oh, look, Mom, I'm on TV or whatever. But yeah, I thought that was so funny. I love having this stuff. So my mohawk, I used Elmer's glue and an hair dryer. It stayed up unless it rained. If it rained, then it all came down. But I dyed it red, and my school threw me out, so I had to shave it off. And then I just shaved my head ever since.
Brendan just sent me some pictures. Hold on, I'm just downloading it. I'm downloading it. I got you, Brendan. Thank you. If
anyone has pictures, Brendan does.
Yeah. Hey,
Brendan, you got the one of
hey, relax there. Hold on. Don't jump the gun there, buddy boy.
No. I'm saying the one with the gun. Do you have the one with the gun?
Well, don't jump the boy there. Don't jump the. Don't. Hold on a sec. Can I do the show? Christ almighty. Everybody's a director. You mean this one? You mean this one?
Now there's the one with me with the gun to my head, and there's the one of two of us together. But that gun, not to direct show, but that gun is live, and it's loaded, and we were recording the SFA record, and we went into a bathroom, just to, but if someone would have like barged into the bathroom, my brains would have been all over the place. But I thought
so basically Brendan's holding a loaded gun to your head here.
Loaded and cocked, and the safety off. Yeah, but I asked him to. I was like, yeah, this will be really cool. It'll be a great story, and let's make it real. Why not make it real?
What? This is an interesting shot here. Yeah, this looks like a. Now you have to explain. You have to explain the timeline with SFA because it's a little confusing. You were singing, then Brendan was singing, then you both were singing, then you were singing, then he came, and then he came back, and you left, and he became the singer, spawning the hatecore era.
Buddy, you just wrapped up the whole thing.
Okay, good. Here's I like this picture here.
Oh yeah, I love this.
What's going on here, man?
Oh, that's at the show at the Lismar Lounge, and like the
the Lismar Lounge. Wow.
Like the most fucked up lineup ever. So it's got us and Life's Blood, kind of this kind of anti-straight edge band, and Project X, like the ultimate straight edge band, and then us in the middle. But that was a pretty weird show.
I want to find. I have to put up
in those sneakers with that cape.
Here is the obligatory Lismore Lounge shot. Hold on. For those that want to reminisce this dump, man, oh man.
Oh man, oh yeah.
That place was brutal, man. Yep.
Oh, so
I saw some great shows there.
Oh, really?
You know who I saw there was great? I saw Circus of Power play there a couple of times early on. They were great. Yep.
Oh, so
there you go.
So here's hold on. This is also from that show. Let me hold it so that it doesn't.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Yeah, and that's what it was like with me and Brendan singing. Now, a lot of bands, if they had two singers, they would kind of go back and forth, like like Salt and Pepper or whatever. Not us. We both sang at the same time, which I think is why the 7-inch is so awful. I'll tell you this. Roger from Agnostic Front loves the SFA 7-inch, and I'm talking to him like, dude, you put out some of the best hardcore records ever, and you like this crappy record. What's wrong with you? But I'm looking for the. I sang, he sang, I sang, we sang, he sang.
I'm looking for the SFA, that weird 7-inch cover. What was that called? The Dwayne, the Dwayne sleeve, right?
The Dwayne sleeve.
Explain what's going on. Explain what this is about.
Okay. So Dwayne from Some Records wanted no recognition. He never wanted a picture of him. He never wanted to be listed anywhere. He just wanted complete anonymity. So of course, just to fuck with him, I said, let's do the limited edition Dwayne sleeve. So I used that same picture, and you go to Discogs. This is on 88 people's want list. And once again, Roger from Agnostic Front had every cover for this. Brendan did a half dozen covers for these. Roger had every single one except this one. He couldn't find this one. And I had two. I sold my backup copy, but
Roger is a very proficient collector. I've been to Roger's storage room in Arizona and seen his collection. It's staggering.
But that's probably the only thing that I've done that actually has real value to it. Most of the records that I've done, you get them on Discogs for $5-6, whatever, it's 10, and I'm happy with that. Good.
And this Billy, who has an interesting look for a hardcore guy, had like a Freddie Mercury thing happening.
Oh yeah.
Really interesting, and yet he seems to have the right shirt on. A lot of pictures, it's like Where's this? I don't know Billy. Where was Billy from?
Let's see, Billy and me and Ron and Howie Abrams. Hey, Howie. Everyone knows Howie. And Marcus. We're all from Queens Village. We all went to Martin Van Buren High School.
Ah.
Oh, hey, Eddie. I think I got a picture of you to show later.
Queens Village, Brent. Yeah, Queens Village.
Yeah. So yeah, we were right by the high school, and that was where I think Billy was a year ahead of me, and we just started a band. Why not?
Brendan also says these covers were just Xeroxes on 8.5 by 14 legal paper that we folded.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
We folded and glued.
What is Billy still around?
Oh yeah. He's still. I mean, he's alive. He's not dead.
Yes.
Right. I think he lives in Brooklyn now.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was kind of cool because I reconnected with Ron, and actually, I just want to show. So the lineup that's on the record. I want to say, let me find that. Where the fuck is the camera? The lineup on the record is me, Ron, Jan, and Billy, and and that was the lineup for like mid '87 to early '88, and then Ron had to leave, and we got this drummer Jared. And I got to say, everyone I've ever been in a band with, thanks for being in a band with me. And it's been a lot. I've really enjoyed it, except for Jared. Hated the guy. But anyway.
Well, time wounds all heals. So.
Speaking about Alexa, I wonder if she recognizes the record behind my head right now.
What's that? Straight Ahead?
Yeah.
Damage?
That's even actually, it's funny. I was looking through a bunch of bullshit monthlies before the show, and one of them's like, "Oh, the Straight Ahead is about to be repressed, and they're going to have a real cover this time," because on the first press it was just a sticker. But oh yeah, we got that.
Here's you on the floor at CBGB's. I think that's Rob Echevarria with the red bandana on his head, and is that Tommy Carroll with his hand on your shoulder?
Yeah, I think Tommy, and in between Tom and Robbie is Lou from Sick of It All with hair.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't, like, someone had to point that out to me. I didn't recognize it. I was like,
wow, that's
whoa.
crazy.
And of course, I don't remember anything like this.
Looks like you're tearing it up there.
Yeah.
We're kind of doing we're doing the tour because you did send me a lot of pictures.
Yeah. I thought later, I'm like, fuck, I sent him too many pictures. Sorry about that.
You know what? I will say this. You sent me a lot of pictures, but they were labeled properly. but starting with the year. A lot of times people send me pictures and don't tell me what it is. But since you sent me so many with the year, I have them chronologically, and we could go through them fairly swiftly. What's happening here?
Oh, that's just me and some pals hanging out. I don't know. Do people recognize Mikey from Sticism?
That's Mike in the red, right?
No. The guy looking at the camera with the spiky hair is Mikey from Sticism.
Oh, got it. I don't know Mikey.
And there's me with my Sex Pistols T-shirt and mohawk and all that. I don't know why I tossed that in. Just to have something fun.
It's okay. We're making our way through it. Speaking of Straight Ahead, here is. I'm sure this original Straight Ahead shirt on eBay would go for a couple of bucks right now.
Yeah.
Right?
And actually, I think I kept that one. I'm pretty sure I did. I got that one, and I got the one with the lion on it also, the green one. It's crazy what those shirts go for. I hate that I threw out. Who knew? Who knew any of this? But
you know what I did? As soon as the eBay thing was blown, I'm talking, I don't know, 10 years ago, more than that, 15 years ago. Oh, eBay. And I'm like, what's selling on eBay? Well, and it was like old hardcore shirts. I sold every single hardcore shirt I had. I got rid of everything. And then I got rid of all the records and all the CDs and everything. And I haven't regretted it for 1 second.
No, but
I don't like to have stuff. It makes me nervous. I like to have nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, eBay 95. You got it right. eBay 95. I sold Warzone shirts to the kid in Japan for all these kids in Japan bought all my New York hardcore stuff.
So I was like, so May 2nd, I went to go bike 88. I went to bike cross country. May 1st was the SFA show, No More Bullshit. And at that show, I sold my records. And once again, being the anal retentive guy I am, I kept a list. Let me show you some of those. Oh wait, oh, okay.
The list of the records you don't have anymore?
Yeah, okay. So let's see. Okay, Misfits 150, Unity $6, Underdog.
What, Misfits Walk Among Us $150?
No. That was for like 3 7-inches.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. So then Underdog on Blue $7, Underdog on First $10, Revelation
Wow.
First $10, Rest in Pieces, Revelation
Antidote
First
7-inch. I see it. $15?
Wow.
$15. Nice.
And then actually the Abused $7.
Oh. What year was that?
Another Warzone, another Abused, another Underdog on Blue.
Oof.
Yeah.
What's going on in this picture here? What this air conditioner just came crashing from the sky?
See now everyone thinks that. But okay, so
why? Because everyone's looking up.
So I was a bike messenger for a couple of years, and so I was just biking around city all day, and it was already on the ground when I passed by. I wasn't like dodging it.
I see.
So people think it's like, oh, you just missed. It was there. So I'm looking up, and hey, man, everyone's got to have their 15 minutes of fame. There's my first minute, and I was in New York Newsday.
Our friend Matt Melnick says, I sold you Walk Among Us for $35.
Dude, I still have it. I play it. I sold the 7-inches. No, I still got that album, buddy.
I love Walk Among Us, man.
Yeah, I used to work with Matt at UPS on was it 40th? Something like that. In the city.
You sold all this stuff in 1988 to go on a bike tour?
Yeah. That's me. May 1st was the No More Bullshit show for SFA, and that was when I officially handed the band over to Brendan, who handed it back to me later. Before I handed it back to him again. And then the whole thing was, here I am. I'm leaving. It's May 2nd, the day after, and I'm going to go bike west, and I don't know where. And like an idiot, I had that big pack on my back. I didn't have. I so did not know what the fuck I was doing. Like this dumb shit kid. I had that big pack on my back the whole time. I went to Chicago and back on my bicycle.
Oof.
And I was gone, I think, about 10 weeks or so. Just kind of hanging out.
Nice.
Actually, here's a picture from the. This is that show, the No More Bullshit show. Hold on a second. As you can see, I got my SFA flyers hanging.
Where is that?
This is CBGB's, and actually.
Oh, I didn't recognize it. It looks a little weird. Yeah.
And that picture is taken by my dad.
All right, Mr. Bromberg.
Yeah, my parents, my sister, and my future brother-in-law were there, and Brendan was so pissed at me. He was so pissed at me because you saw him singing into the mic on the side there. He had told the club that he was going to be working the stage. He didn't tell them he was singing. So I happened to mention he was singing, so he didn't get his $25 that day as a bouncer. He's probably, I'm sure he's still pissed at me to this day about that.
There you go. Let me take a sponsor break. It's the top of the hour. Let me shout out some sponsors. And when we come back, we'll talk about Go, and we'll talk about ABC No Rio, and we will continue our tour of many photos. All right?
And if you want to talk more about Bullshit Monthly, I'll go back to that.
Yes, we will. Talk to you in a bit.
Okay.
Obviously, he wants to talk about Bullshit Monthly some more. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, and we are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, Texas Silver Rush, Chain Reaction Records and Skateboards, DTFM, Vinyl Distro, Chachos Tacos, and since 1992, Generation Records has been a mainstay of the New York metropolitan area music scene. Today, they offer a diverse selection of new and used rock, jazz, indie, hip-hop, punk, hardcore, metal, blues, soundtrack, and reggae LPs, as well as T-shirts, posters, and other merchandise. They buy used record collections and music memorabilia and will pay you top dollar for them. House calls made for large collections in the tri-state area. Call or email generationrecords@gmail.com. Follow them on Facebook and on Instagram. Come on now. The Texas Silver Rush is a jewelry design firm and boutique store located in the birthplace of the Texas country music scene in Fredericksburg, Texas. Goddamn electric. They specialize in working with musicians in all music genres to design and create unique one-off pieces, as well as style them for stage, album covers, promo photos, and social media exposure. Their client list includes Rock Roll Hall of Famers Greg Rollet, Ringo Starr, and of course, Agnostic Front. During this current pandemic, all information and online sales are being taken at their Facebook and Instagram pages, and of course, www.thetexassilverrush.com. Last but not least, DTFM Vinyl Distro is a record store that specializes in underground music, punk, ska, hardcore, metal, and more. Located in the heart of Fargo, North Dakota's industrial district, shop in person or online at www.dtfmvinyldistro.com, where the motto is death to false metal. Couple of upcoming shows. Big holiday show coming up this Sunday. It's the mashup show, Spoken Word podcast. Hoya Rock is going to be the co-host. Me and him, we are going to have a whole bunch of special guests on the show. That's coming up this Sunday. It's the holiday show, special guests. It's going to be great. A week from Sunday, January 2nd, Mr. Charlie Benante of Anthrax is coming on the show, and SOD, of course, to talk about his love for the film Jaws. I love this film as well. Chances are you do too. We're gonna as a matter of fact, that picture of him with the yellow barrel, he bought that. That's how much of a fanatic, Jaws fanatic this dude is. So we got Charlie coming on the show. We're going to talk a little bit about Anthrax, but mostly we're going to talk about Jaws. Feel free to watch the film again. I'm going to. A week after that, Sunday, January 9th, Mr. Jay Navarro from the Suicide Machines. West Coast represent will be on the show. And then Wednesday, January 12th, a side trip show. This is going to be great. Very special. Mr. Peter Leeds, old school rock and roll manager. He managed Blondie back in the heyday, the Runaways, Roberta Flack, Julie Collins. I'm friends with Peter. Really looking forward to having this a legend on the show. That said, also, I want to mention that this is available. It ships its next day shipping. This, of course, being the New York Hardcore Chronicles Volume 1, 1980 to 1989, flyer oral history. It can be purchased at www.stonefilmsnyc.com. There it is. Buy the book. Support the show. The book is great. You will love it. All the books are numbered. They're numbered and signed. If I could only open the friggin' thing. There you go. All the books are numbered and signed. Buy it. It'll ship right out to you. Next day. So here's another little taste of that. Don't be shy. Let it fly. Al Mitchell. Hey, Al, did you hear the Circus of Power shout out, Al? We were just talking about the Lismar Lounge and how I saw Circus of Power was the best show I ever saw, Lismar Lounge, Circus of Power. Shouting out Uncle Al Mitchell, Circus of Power. Larry Kelly, what's up, Boston? Yep. He can't go down with 3 barrels. Word. That's it, you know. Yeah, Phil Luck. We're gonna get into ABC No Rio in a couple of minutes. So, you missed it, Al. All right. So yeah, there it is. www.stonefilmsnyc.com. We'll repost it again in a little while. Don't be shy. Support the show. If you're thinking you really want to get on board, there is a Patreon page, and let's be frank. We can be frank here. We could be frank. We could talk, you and me. We could be frank. If it was not for my patrons, I wouldn't be able to do this show. And I want to thank all of you. By the way, the book is free to all patrons. All all the patrons on Patreon, please join. It's our community within a community. I want to shout out a couple of my latest patrons, Andrew Bender, Johnny Rock, Sebastian Gargone, Scott Solidar, Eden Denton Walker, and Marla Standing Owl. Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting the show. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? That's right. Like Lenny from Crazy Eddie says, take your yarmulke off and join Patreon. Don't be a Hatreon. So there you go. What else? What else is on my list? I want to thank all the Facebook pages that support me. There's a merch line underneath there. Perhaps you want the New York Hardcore logo mug, or the shower curtain, or the pillow. Somebody told me not to say what I used to say about the pillow and what you could do with the pillow. So I'm kind of off that. You know, I don't want to get in trouble. It's tasteless. It's tasteless. It's tasteless. That said, good. I think we're straight. If you're watching this in rerun, there's a subscription button right there. Subscribe to the show. Fuck you doing? Subscribe to the show. That said, let me clear the deck. You know what I want to start with here? I want to start with this. Hold on. Let's bring our guest back. But let's start with a little of this footage here. Let me see. Where is that? Where is that? Hold on. Hang with me. We did SFA. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Not go, but an incredible simulation. We'll do 10 or 12 songs. We'll be off in like 5 minutes.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, that was, oh my God. I was like before that show. So I hadn't performed in like 12 years.
Well, first off, obviously that was Go at ABC No Rio, correct?
Yeah. So that was like, 16 years after I started the ABC No Rio matinees. Of course, they were still going, and so I'm like, when am I 38? I'm like, oh God, fuck, I'm old. I better. I'm like at the gym on the elliptical for. I'm like, I gotta get in shape. It's what I like now. I think I'm 38. That's not fucking old, man.
Bro, yeah, I got 20 years on that, and I'm doing it.
But
so
yeah.
let's talk about ABC No Rio a little bit, and so let's transition from SFA, the SFA, back and forth, and you basically finally leave SFA, and tell us about what was the impetus to start Go, and what was Go all about.
Oh, sure. Well, the whole thing about having too many cooks in the kitchen. Well, Brendan's like a strong-willed guy who has a vision, and I'm like a strong-willed guy who had a vision. So really, the time that we were both in a band really wasn't that long. So he got SFA, and what he did with SFA was just beyond belief. I mean, he really pulled it out. It's fantastic. And I want to do something else. The sound of Go is a little faster. The songs are shorter. It was a little more like where I was at that point. It was. I just wanted to. I wanted to touch on gay stuff just a little, and I wanted, like like SFA was going to play a show with the Bad Brains, and that was like a huge show. And I wanted to say something about the Bad Brains because the quickness just came out and had an anti-gay reference.
Mm-hmm.
I probably could have done it, but it was kind of uneasy. It wasn't the right thing. It wasn't the right thing for SFA, and at that point, it was just obvious that there needs to be a split and go. That's like the highlight of my career. I think the 89 and 91, those first 4 7-inches, which are collected onto the to the Existence album, which we might do a repress of. But that time in my life, we were just young and creative and had energy, and New York was the place to be. And so many
and go. I associate Go with ABC No Rio. You played there many times, correct?
Yeah. I mean, we started like 8 months before ABC No Rio happened.
Uh-huh.
Essentially what happened was, Go was booked at CBGB's, and we had a show on November 12th. I actually have a flyer for that. So we had a show on November 12th at CBGB's with Norman Bates in the Showerhead, Six of Island. I'm sure this is such a great lineup. There would have been a dozen people there.
That's one of the all-time greatest names, Norman Bates in the Showerheads.
I know, right?
How great is that, huh?
So November 12th, we're all looking forward to that. Well, guess what? November 5th was one of those times where they had you had to have an ambulance out because of someone got something broken because of some fight or someone brought a hammer or whatever bullshit. And so like on the ad that we saw earlier, instead of listing the bands, instead there was a box saying, "Look, we're not doing them anymore because of all the violence." So we're like, "Well, fuck," and it had to be our show. It had to be our show that got canceled. Like, thanks, guys.
This Brendan just sent this to me.
I knew Brendan.
Was this the first Go? He says you played as a 3-piece the first show for
yes.
Go, and you sang and played bass. Is that right?
Yeah, I did, and I that not only is that a flyer for the first show, I'm actually right in the middle of the flyer in my
boy.
Cheerio.
Not only. I'm a customer. Yeah.
And I think that was the only time I played the Pyramid. I kind of missed that whole Pyramid era, but that was, and actually, I have a picture. Hold on a second, of me on bass and singing, and wow. Just like SFA, I have our flyers hanging in the background. I've always done that.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that was thankfully the only show that I did bass, and then just after that we got John the Ghost Skin, and he played bass.
Now here's some ABC No Rio shows. I see Crackdown SFA up top, but I'm putting this up as just sort of a little taste of sort of what was going on at ABC No Rio. Super Touch and Uppercut and Lethal Aggression, and Bug Out Society. Yeah.
Yeah, and February 3rd and 10th got canceled because the city accidentally knocked into one of our walls with some piece of equipment. So actually, we had a couple shows at the Lismar Lounge, including Swizz and Super Touch. The other two were at the Lismar Lounge, and then we went back to ABC when they let us.
No fights, no racist, sexist, anti-gay bands will be booked.
And volunteers to help out are welcome. And that was it. Hey, can you work the door? Hey, can you sweep up? Hey, can you stand at the record table? We had we'd buy 5 copies of a record from a band and then sell it, have a little table there. Can you do this? Can you do that? And people stepped up. People joined in. I started at first. It was the Bullshit Monthly, the Bullshit Collective. That name didn't last long, thankfully, but yeah. So I pulled the collective together, and I booked the first 6 months, and essentially, once CB stopped having shows because of the violence, we needed a place. We just needed a place, and Brendan had found.
Vinny Filippini says, I saw 100 shows at ABC and I never saw one fight.
That was the thing, people, we glorify the scene, but the fact is, it was fucking violent, and people.
Well, it was violent in 1989 and 1990. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Like there were people, once again with hammers and whatever, and
Yep.
was it pool balls in a sock and all that, and
Yep.
there. Oh yeah. It was as cold inside as it was outside. I remember pouring salt on the ice on the stairs and like breaking up the ice with a shovel so people wouldn't break their neck going down. But ABC was a place where if someone went to a show at CB's and got punched or whatever, or people gave them the eye, or they didn't feel like part of that scene. They didn't feel like it. But then they come to ABC and be with the rest of the kind of dorky people who weren't all into fighting. And then ABC started a scene, and bands like Go, Born Against, Rorschach,
Citizens Arrest.
Citizens Arrest, thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, Citizens Arrest always played because they were always there. So if someone was late, they'd play 2-3 songs because they were there. Why not? Like in the first 6 months, they played like 8 or 9 times just because they were always there. But yeah, it was a place where people felt safe and you could have fun. People enjoyed each other. People enjoyed the shows.
It's a cool flyer.
Yeah. I miss the days when every band did their own flyer.
I try to push that agenda now. Like with the shows that I put on, like every band's welcome to do their own flyer, and there's no disrespect. Whoever makes their flyer, you put your band on top.
Of course,
that's like that's how you do it, and there's that's a throwback.
And this was for the kids. It was a scene by the kids for the kids. It sounds like DC or whatever, or Gilman. Like the anti-racism, sexism, gay stuff. I totally stole that from Gilman. Like word for word, because I thought, what they have going on is cool. So let's build. And people stepped up and they built it. And I'll tell you, 25 years of weekly hardcore and punk matinees. 25 years. That really speaks to the dedication of the people. Shout out to Snyder and a bunch of other people. Okay, this is fun. This is in Europe because there was a whole thing about pointing. I'm like, okay, guys, sing along, but if you sing, you have to point. So like people are pointing because it's kind of a joke about pointing.
Yeah, that's a hardcore thing. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
But before we get, because I know Go went to Europe. Before we talk about that, I wanted to.
We were the first ones of like that group to go to Europe. I mean, we weren't the last, and the others got way bigger than Go ever did. But we were like the first.
Here's a shot of you. So when you went to Europe in 91.
Yeah, and actually, I was in Texas studying anthropology, and this guy wrote me, "Hey, I want to put all your records on 3 records on an album, and I'll book a tour." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks." And that was Alan White from First Strike Records. Thank you, Alan. We will always thank you. I love this picture because I'm just like, I got one foot on one side of it and the other foot.
Was going over there in 1991? Was it like? I'm assuming you played a bunch of squats and a bunch of.
Oh yeah. I mean, in fact, I later went back in '92 and I lived in a squat for 6 months because I met people, on the tour in '91, and I lived in a squat for 6 months with people there. That was also really cool.
Here's a shot of you in Dublin. Boom.
George Curran, shout out to George Curran. Thank you. Yeah. The thing in Europe, we play the U.S. tour. There's like 20, 30 people.
Right.
We'd go to Europe. There'd be 100, 200 people there dancing, and you'd get food. You'd have a place to stay. They would give you drinks. Sometimes, the band members who had beer. Here's beer. Here's this. Here's that. And
but you went over. First time you went over to Europe was with Go, correct?
Yes.
I know SFA went and put in a lot of work in Europe. They're loved over in Europe, and later on, with Brendan, and yeah, they definitely found the fan base over in Europe. SFA,
sure,
hate
sure.
core.
But see, now it's easier also in Europe because things are closer together. In
Yeah.
the U.S., you drive 5-6 hours. You play in some kid's garage. We did actually play in some kid's garage to like 20 people. It was a lot of fun. His parents came to me beforehand and asked me not to curse during the show, so of course I didn't. And they made us pancakes the next morning. It's really sweet going around the U.S., but going around Europe it's a lot easier. And the people there, they're so into hardcore. They're so.
This is a European show, right?
Yeah.
So this looks like the UK, right? Look at the Look at this. No Effects, Go, Happy Hour from Germany, and Decline from England. Right on.
Yeah, and that was another thing also. Like they set it up. The band Decline, the record label was in England. We flew to England. The band Decline. They had the van. They had the equipment. We showed up with guitars, and it was all just, hey, get up and go. No pun intended. But yeah, like Europe was great. Like that. It was like a month or so. It could have been longer, but we had. It's good we did it before you had like jobs and responsibility and spouses, kids. Now doing anything is just so tough. But yeah.
Hey, Rat Bones, I see you out there, man. Give it a couple minutes, Rat Bones. Here, let's just wrap up the. Here's the Go European Tour, June '91.
Yeah.
UK, Ireland, Belgium, Holland, France, Germany, and Switzerland. Nice.
Yeah. See now. Okay, Switzerland got canceled. France, we played one show in Paris. That's that video I sent you, 10 minutes of that show. And I had a guy actually tell me he drove 8 hours to see us because it was the only show in France, and I hadn't heard anything like that. George, I'm sorry I didn't give him a full. Oh, hold on a second. If he plays.
Was that your cue to show the Belfast flyer?
I got the folder here. I'll pull it up next time there's a break, and I'll show it. I promise.
Okay. I want to. Okay, here's as we wrap up. Go. Here is this the Go Records catalog? Boom.
Yeah, that
pretty much.
That's pretty much it. We did a couple records in 2006, 2007, but I don't speak of those.
No.
See, here's the thing. I saw like Crackdown was around for all those years, and they put out one single, and Absolution was around all those years, making the most incredible music ever. They got one single. Sheer Terror was 4 years before they had a record out. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not going to do this. So, we did the demo in '89. We did the 7-inch, came out end of '89. Then this guy Tyler's like, hey, you want to put out a record? So we did Your Power Means Nothing. That came out in March of '90. And then we did our tour. And Why Suffer, the one in front, the guy from Mike from Forefront Records, like, oh, you want to do a record? I'm like, sure. Okay. So we give him that. We did a split record. We recorded, we toured with Bad Trip. And the guys from Skeen Records like, hey, you want to do a split? Sure. And then
is that this?
That's Way to Go. Gee, does that look familiar? This guy Ryan Sikorsky is like, oh, hey, I want to start putting out live flexis. Sure, here's some live stuff. And we were, and then we did a 7-inch after the European tour, and there was a live. It wasn't really a bootleg. We knew the guy. I wasn't going to wait around for years and end up just having one single. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? Why would you do that?
Yeah, how about that? Explain the reason for the name Go.
I don't know. Like, there's a reason?
There's no reason?
I don't know.
Okay.
I probably don't remember. Probably Brendan remembers. I don't know. If he doesn't remember, he'll make something up. It'll be the same because I don't remember.
All right.
You still haven't asked me about the Nazi bikers.
Well, we'll get to that.
Sorry, I don't mean to direct.
Yeah, everybody's a director.
I didn't want you to forget. It's a good story.
All right. What's with the Nazi bikers?
Okay, so the Knights Club was in Brooklyn, and so this was October 21st, 1989, and it was booked by John the Ghost Skin, who I guess knew some people who weren't necessarily the nice people. So we get there, the nightclub, and it's like Nazis, and not like, on Seinfeld there's like the soup Nazi where no, these are Nazis, like N-word, go back to Africa, and happy birthday Hitler cake, and like all this stuff, like holy shit, and like swastikas all over, like, okay, so I'm Jewish, Aaron's Jewish, even if we weren't Jewish, I mean, what the fuck, so we're there, and then there's all these other bands and people are showing up. I'm like, we're not playing this, so we leave. So I go to the subway, and I'm telling people as they come, hey, the show's canceled, don't go home. Well, not everyone did that. Some people went to the show, and they happened to mention to these big, burly Nazi biker guys that, oh, there's this guy in the subway telling people to go home. So I'm in the subway. So then they come into the subway. So of course I did the only possible thing. I jump on the tracks and I ran to the next station. What the hell? I'm going to sit there and have these Nazi bikers kill me. Right. So I ran to the next station. Thankfully, there was no train, and it's Brooklyn, so the stations are pretty close together. Of course, I went to CBGB's every week, and everyone knew that. So they went to CB's the next day and beat me up, whatever. But
whoa, that was like a little sidebar. So they went to CB's the next week and beat you up?
Yeah. But
Nazi bikers? Nazi bikers?
Yeah, like a whole bunch of them. Like people told me, I'm really easy. You punch me a couple times, I just pass out, and then it's not so much fun to beat someone up if they're passed out. So they kind of leave you alone. So I didn't get a whole lot of damage. But people told me afterwards, it was, I'm sorry, I meant to help, but there was too many of them. So.
Here, Brendan says it's years later, so you can say what me and Billy did the next day after the Iron Knights bikers jumped you.
I remember you cased out the joint. I ended up calling them a week later saying, okay, look, you got me. Can we drop this already? Brendan, I don't remember. I don't remember shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. The other Nazi thing, I still have this letter. Have you gotten letters from a Nazi? Because they're fun. Because they're just like, here I was out and go and gay stuff and this and that, and anti-racist stuff. So I get a letter from this Nazi calling me a Jew. No, I'm sorry, a Yiddish fruitcake from Jew York. You can't beat that. I'm like,
that's kind of spot on. Whatever.
I mean, I see that letter. I'm like, oh,
all right.
What's all that? I mean, everything else is just like icing on the cake.
Fruitcake, huh?
Yeah, Yiddish fruitcake from Jew York.
Yiddish fruitcake.
That was
kind of great.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Up,
Yeah. You know what? I want to bring Rat Bones on, and
sure. I got some collectibles that no one's
let's knock that around a little bit. Let's
sure.
hold your ears. We're gonna do the Rat Bones intro. You ready?
Okay.
Rat Bones! Rat Bones! Rat Bones! Rat Bones! Rat Bones! Rat Bones!
Yo, what up?
What's happening?
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. What are you doing on the phone?
You hear the city? I actually, my wife's gonna kill me. I had to set up in the kitchen.
Lost him.
Yeah, he wasn't getting good reception there.
Oh well, we did the Rat Bones intro for nothing, and he's gone.
He'll be back. I could pull out a collectible or two if you want.
Yeah, let's see. He'll be. Here he is. Hold on.
Be back. Okay, hold on.
Not good. I got it. The phone, right? It's a rough one right here. All right.
What do you got?
I have some good collectibles. Yo, not for nothing. You guys been talking about a lot of stuff. When you were talking about fanzines before, I found this pin a long time ago in the flea market, and I believe it was a fanzine, right? Skins.
I don't know.
You know that one, Mike?
I don't know it,
It's
but
got like a skinhead. I think this was a fanzine, so I was drawn to it. But my collectibles for the band is I got a sealed SFA, new majority, no, new morality on cassette. But then the banger I got from SFA is I got the old school jacket, bro.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
With the New York City hate core on the back.
I'll check
There you
that out.
go.
Definitely a cool piece. And I bought this. It's funny how you know
The
another
sounds of
band.
New York. Do you miss the
I
sounds
know,
of New
but
York,
everything
Mike?
you guys are talking about is so great because so many bands were like, you know, put with a stigma. You were this, you were skinhead, you were that back then. And you were talking about sounds earlier, and I bought this. It was for sale once for $4.99 at Sounds.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
See, but like
To
sounds.
open your eyes on Caroline Records, man. You
Yeah,
know.
sounds put that sticker on it, and you couldn't get the sticker off. I hated that.
Now I kind of like the stickers, you know, myself.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What else?
I got a couple comics to show for collectible of the day, and we'll let you guys to the show because I
Yeah,
just
let's see
picked
some
up.
comics,
I
man. 'cause
recently
I know
sold
Mike's a
all my
comic guy.
comics. Yeah, I recently sold every comic I had, so these are literally the first 4 comics I got back in my new collection. I got a Captain America with the Jack Kirby art.
Jack Kirby.
Yep. Jack
I love
Kirby
these
rep-
Captain.
Yo,
Oh,
that's
there's
my
the
man
boy.
right there.
Remind me,
Yo, Jack
the
Kirby
last-
in the house.
the last
Commandy.
boy on earth, right?
I loved Commandy. I love that. I love that mag. I
And
love that one.
even though now they got a lot of props, everyone's into Avengers and X-Men. There was a time in the comic book world it was all about Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four.
I mean,
And
that
these
one,
are Kirby's
I used
too.
to have that. I used to
I
have
I mean,
that.
those early Fantastic Fours are just great stories, you know.
What's that? 141? 144? I had that.
144.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I picked up a couple of these this week. I'm just going to show the first 3. You don't see these anymore. I used to love these when I was a young kid. I used to go to Collingswood auction, and my parents would always find me. And there was a magazine guy where it was magazines from the floor to the ceiling on racks, and everything was falling down. And they'd always find me in the back of that place because he had stacks and stacks of comics and the old black and white Planet of the Apes comics that I used to love. I paid up for this, but issue number 1, issue number 2, and issue number 3. So I got a little guy, I got a little spot. I find honey holes. And then I'm just going to show one more cover because this is really badass Planet of the Apes cover with General Ursus on it. Super cool. I got this for $10. You know, these go for between 15 and 30 bucks. So when you find them, you sock them up. I get them. And, you know, it's like the collector in me. When I find something like that, if the guy's got a whole box, I just go over the year with 50 bucks a clip until I got that whole box in my house. I'm the opposite of you, Drew. Even though I try to get rid of shit too.
What do you got, Mike?
Okay, well, okay. Speaking of SFA, Brendan said he made between 80 and 100 of these. But this is The Only Good God is a Dead God tape. And on this tape, it has the new morality on one side, and it has the live show on another side. And Brendan used to work at a copy shop, so he was able to get color copies. No one was able to get color copies back then. But yeah, it has all this, and then it has the band.
Nice.
Right. No.
Wow.
So
You guys, SFA and Go, you guys are pretty proficient. You guys put out cassettes and 7 inches. I mean, you guys are constantly putting stuff out.
fuck yeah, because people asked. Someone said, "You want to do a record?" Okay, sure, I'll do a record. You know, we can go in the studio and make one. You know, sure. Okay, this is kind of cool. This is my favorite vinyl. So it's for Uniform Choice. People know that album.
course.
There was 100 of these. This is the
Ooh,
most beautiful vinyl I
that's
have
nice.
ever seen.
What would that be called? Is that like purple marble? Is there
Yeah.
a name for that?
Purple
Yeah?
marble, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I just love that. Yeah,
That's nice.
Yeah, about 100 of them.
Right on.
I was going to pull out some comics, but I don't want to show off. So maybe.
No, please show off
Come on,
a couple, bro.
We
Come
love.
on now.
We're comic guys on this show, you know.
Okay, well.
Give us a little taste. Give us a little something.
Yeah, those were just randoms I pulled. Hit us with some
Come
good
on,
shit,
bro.
buddy.
Okay, I just pulled some stuff too. Okay, so here with the movie, here's Spider-Man Annual 1.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
And that has I don't know if it has every villain that's in the new movie, but it has an awful lot.
Shouldn't that be in a bag?
Yeah, well, I took it out so you can see it.
Man,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. That's Spider-Man Annual #1 with the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Wow, that's serious.
Well, I got another Spider-Man here. Hold on. And once again, stop me if this is too much. I don't want to be all showing off and all.
No. We want to see this stuff.
But I could go on all day with comics.
This is way more exciting than New York
Nice.
Hardcore. Oh, come on now.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Now-
a good nice book.
Wow.
Now it's married. It has like one page from one copy, one page from another copy. So it's not like super valuable. It's still pretty.
Right. Wow.
But yeah.
Is that what that's called? Married when they sort of put they put two
Yeah.
and they make like a hybrid?
Yeah, because like it was really common especially in that book. Like there'd be a pinup page of, "Hi, here's Spider-Man," you know, and
Yeah, and they pull it out, right?
kids would tear it out. So then you
Right.
end up with a comic missing a page. So then you
Right.
find another one, maybe
Right.
without a cover, and you
Right.
take out that and you kind of undo.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Now you asked before if I was Marvel or DC, and I don't think there's an or. I think there's an and. So let me.
Whoa.
This is one of my favorite covers from the 70s.
Oh man. Love that mag.
Old
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, just beautiful, just beautiful.
That is beautiful, man. Is
I-
that Bernie Righteousson?
Bernie Wrightson? Yeah, and it's
Wow. Come on, Rat Bones.
and of course it's I got it signed by him at a convention.
Wow. Look at
Man.
that, man. Bernie
Yeah, yeah.
Righteousson.
Yeah,
Well, Bernie Righteousson went on to do Swamp Thing.
yeah. That is Swamp Thing. That's the first one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Oh, you want me to keep going or stop?
One more.
One more?
One more.
Okay, well, I'll do this one. Speaking about Nazis, this is going
Why
back a little
not?
bit. So this is one of the best covers ever.
Wow.
And that's just look at the Nazis getting shot, and I mean you can't beat that. I'm
Now,
like,
that's referred to. That's a Golden Age comic,
yeah, it's a Golden Age book.
as
It came
opposed
out-
to the other stuff was Silver Age, correct?
The House of Secrets was technically bronze because it came
Bronze,
out.
right? That's right.
Yeah. So this is an artist named Alex Schomburg, who sounds like a Jewish guy, right? Fighting Nazis, but he wasn't. It's kind of, at that time, a lot of Jews changed their name to sound not like Jews, like Jack Kirby and Bob Kane and all that.
Right.
So he's Puerto Rican. But the comic book industry was all Jews, so he changed his name to sound more Jewish. I thought, oh, well, that's cool,
Hey, let me ask you about that Gorilla Biscuits record there.
Oh yeah,
Is that what is it this picture?
Yeah.
What's the connection?
okay. There's me with my legs sticking up. I got 3 stripes tattooed on each wrist.
Ah. And
Yeah,
that's the back of the Gorilla Biscuits record?
That's on the back of the album. That's another claim of fame of mine.
That's it.
My wrist and my feet, right?
Exactly. Now the Gorilla Biscuits. There's a story. Actually, hold on a minute. I got a collectible of them. Got the second press purple letters on the Gorilla banana yellow vinyl.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Pretty.
I love that one.
So that's nice.
So that the record came out, the New York Hardcore Together 7-inch, and I gave it a mixed review. It's like most comps. It has some good songs and some not. I love Sick of It All and whatever. I think the Bold song on there was great. So, but I gave Gorilla Biscuits shit because their song is Better Than You, and it's a nice. It has good thought about it. It's like I'm better than you because you start fights and I don't fight. And I thought that was really cool. Except the 18-year-old in me was like, oh, they say they're better than me. So I wrote this like scathing thing on them. So they play CBs with Youth of Today. I guess it's 87, and I'm there, and they dedicated Big Mouth to me, their song Big Mouth, and I thought, okay, well, they're right. I overreacted. I'll go backstage and make up, and we'll all be good. So I go back there, and their bassist threatened to beat me up.
Arthur?
So I was giving them shit because they were saying they were too good because they didn't start fights, but then the guy wanted to start a fight with me.
Well, listen, that's what it was like. You write a scathing review of somebody, someone's going to come back and kick your ass back then. It's hardcore, right?
So then in the next issue of Bullshit Monthly, of course, I talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
So they kicked out that bassist who ended up being Eric, who later joined Uppercut. And I got in contact with him years later. He was like, at the time it really bugged him, but he said, you were right. And it was it's funny how serious we were about everything back then. Everything mattered so much.
We were a teenager.
And
yeah.
All
right, hey, I got to take a sponsor break here. Rat Bones, it was good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. Everybody, happy holidays. I just want to give a rest in peace to my brother John Saltarelli, who passed away 5 years ago, man. I miss you, brother. And everyone else, have a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday.
I'll see you after the break, Mike.
See you soon.
Ragbone! 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 Ragbone!
This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Our guest today is Mike Bullshit from Bullshit Monthly, SFA, Go, and we're going to talk a little bit about No Mistake as well. We are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, opened back in 2013, selling comic books, punk rock and hardcore memorabilia, toys, statues, skateboard decks, tapes, vinyl, and all things horror. We love helping bands push their demos and new tracks, so please stop by and drop off your new music. We have in-store events like Magic the Gathering and Warhammer tournaments, plus meet and greets with bands and some live performances. Open 7 days a week and shipping worldwide. Find us online through Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and eBay, located at 117 Main Street in Dobbs Ferry, New York, www.newyorkhardcorecomics.com. Come on, Vlad. This is The Organic Grill. It's a vegan restaurant located in East Village, New York City at 123 First Avenue, featured in New York Magazine, New York Times, and everyone's favorite publication on the planet Earth, Veg News. Their dishes have won numerous awards, including Best Goddamn Veggie Burger. They make their own cheeses, sausages, and burger patties, and every dish on the menu can be made gluten-free. This year, they're celebrating the 21st anniversary, and they're all about having a great time while enjoying amazing, clean food. They have now fully reopened for business and look forward to seeing you. Get in touch with them and order some great food at www.theorganicgrill.com. Want to mention the next 4 shows coming up on Wednesday, January 19th. Gary G-Man Sullivan will be on the show. Speaking of Cro-Mags. And Wednesday, January 23rd, BMX legend and musician Rick Thorne will be on. Wednesday, January 2nd. Mark Weiss. This is going to be great. Got a lot of photographers coming through. And then Wednesday, February 9th, Ed Culver, legend Ed Culver. You know what? I want to mention this other show. 2 other shows real quick here. This show has got an incredible response. Who knew how many hardcore and punk kids love this artist? because this show, I've got quite a response. This is a beloved artist. Sunday, February 13th, Miss Doro Pesh is going to be on the show. And people seem to be very, very excited about it. So that's going to be great. And then Sunday, February 20th, Mike Granari from Madball and formerly of Strength in Numbers will be on the show. So there's a lot going on. We got Mike coming on. Lots of good stuff going down. Yeah, everybody's excited about Doro coming on the show. Yep. Yeah, Ed Culver is going to be great for sure. What else do I need to mention? The book. If you don't know, now you know. Let me put, there it is, www.stonefilmsnyc.com, numbered and signed. There it is. Buy it. Brendan, if you're still watching, send me your address. I owe you one. You contributed to the book. Send me your shipping address, Brendan. I'll get one in the mail to you. To ya. So that said, let's take some questions for our guest. Post up some questions. Let's bring our guest back on. Any questions, post them up. Here we go with Mike Bullshit. Here we go. No.
No, there was a question someone asked.
No. Relax. Let's talk about this band here, No Mistake. How did this come into play? I see you playing guitar here. Give us a little background on this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So the last Go did some shows in 2006 and 7, and I think 9 and 10, and then that was kind of it. We broke up so many times, but that was really it.
So many times.
Oh, we did. Okay, we had like 10 last shows.
Oh.
And then so here I am in the Bay Area in San Jose, and I figured, well, when I play guitar, I did some vocals. It was different because like I wrote all the lyrics and music too. It was different writing words that someone else was going to sing. So that
little bit different.
A little bit different. But we were around maybe 2 years. We put out a few records. We were pretty good. Actually, the funniest thing about the name is that I made every possible mistake with that band.
It was nothing but mistakes.
It was. Oh yeah. That's another one in some kid's garage in Santa Cruz. There was like 30 kids there, whatever. Yeah, it was really fun.
Was this now? I was gonna ask if this was the last thing that you did musically, but apparently, tell us about. Apparently not. You got something cooking. Tell us about this.
Two Worlds One.
Two Worlds One. I like that.
Yeah, Two Worlds One.
Very cool.
That's me and my friend Attila. Hi, Attila. From Hungary, and he's in a band called Crippled Fox. I love Crippled Fox, and he's a fan of my music. I'm a fan.
And how's that working musically? You're sending each other stuff.
Yeah. So I wrote some songs on guitar and sent him some videos, and then him and the drummer wrote some songs and sent me videos. So then I'm writing lyrics to his songs. Like I'm seeing like what I could fit in, and it's a cool process. And yeah, like the thought behind the title is that we're very different people. Our thoughts on the reasons we're in hardcore, our backgrounds and everything are so different. But we respect each other. We're friends. We're making music together. I like having a project when I don't have that. It's easy for me.
Here's your friend Attila. Hey, Mike, I'm right here. Good show.
Hey, Attila.
Well, where's Attila again?
Attila's in Hungary.
What's happening, Attila, in Hungary? All right, that's awesome.
Best thing out of Hungary since the paprika. But he's just great, and so yeah.
That's awesome that you're doing some music stuff, man.
Yeah, well, you know, like I said, those 4 Go records, 1989 to 91. If I never did anything else except that, I'm good. That's okay.
Yep.
Like that for me is like the achievement that meant something to me, that meant a lot to other people. So the fact that I am able to do stuff like that from time to time, it's been 8 years since I've done anything. Maybe it'll be 9 years. That's just icing on the cake. That's good.
That's awesome. Question from RS70, our resident graffiti historian. Did you ever skate or write graffiti?
I can't skate for shit. I think I would either land on my ass or like break my head open. So it's probably better that I don't do that. I biked. I was a bike messenger. I liked biking. And if I ever did graffiti, I mean, like maybe SFA or something, but not to the extent that, I mean, people who do graffiti are like super skilled. Me, not skilled.
Yeah, makes sense. What was this question you were referring to before?
Now, someone asked if I ever bought comics from Memory Lane on Hillside Avenue, and yes, of course, I bought comics from Memory Lane on Hillside Avenue.
Where was that?
It's in Queens. It was a Queens question.
Okay. Soli Sue says, where can we hear those Go recordings?
Boy, that's a really good question. I don't really have them up. I should, there's a okay.
Now the Go stuff behind you, that's on vinyl, but it's not. Are you saying it's not up digitally? Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. So Existence, Musings on the Need to Be, collects those 4 records that I'm referring to. It's out of print, and actually turns out that the guy who pressed them has like hundreds of the cover and the insert. Right this way. He has hundreds of these. So we're working now on doing another pressing of it.
You got to get it out there digitally, man.
Well,
because look, I'll be honest with you. I don't even own a record player.
Sure.
Nor do I want one. It's like I don't want it. I don't want records. I give them all away. I don't want that. I don't want that clutter in my life. I listen to everything digitally, and
sure.
You got to put it up for people like me.
On the SFA record, I put it up, and I had about I think a couple hundred people went to listen to it. That was really cool. We did 500 of the SFA record. A lot of them are sold out. A lot of people don't have record players.
Question next question. AJ Morocco. This is a 2-part question. I'm going to put it all out there. Right. I'm a huge fan of Bullshit Monthly.
Thank you.
What the fuck is that? Hold on.
Wow. I'm glad you like it. I am too.
I'm a huge fan of Bullshit Monthly. I have a 2-part question for Mike. What made you decide to write most of the text by hand and use legal paper? And part 2, has anybody approached you about compiling all of the back issues of Bullshit Monthly into a book? Go.
Dude, that's 3 questions. Fuck, I don't even know where to start. Dude, I was 16 years old. I picked up a pen and I picked up some paper and I did a fanzine. This is the first issue. This is what I did. And
let's see. That's issue number 1.
Yeah, this is issue number 1, and it has Circle Jerks, Medea Williams, record review, talks about some bands, CBGBs, good record stores, blah blah blah. So I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to put it out, And why did I choose legal size? Because I'm an idiot. Oh my god! But
would it have been easier to use standard paper?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, just carrying it, just putting it somewhere.
I see.
It's just too tall. You can't put it like in a file cabinet or something, or if you put it with. Like it doesn't fit on a bookshelf or something, or if it's in a pile, it sticks out of the pile.
And Brendan, of course, reminds us that you did not believe in a single. You did not believe in a single square centimeter of blank space in Bullshit Monthly.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I'm getting back to that guy's question. I have some digital copies up. Like I scanned them and put them up so people can see them that way. I don't know. If someone wanted to do a book, I could. I mean, I have the scans of them, but it hasn't.
I mean, I assume you have you have every single issue you did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Oh yeah. See. Okay. So what does it say? Another. Speaking of vocalists,
Cause for Alarm, the Psychos. Yeah.
But you can see the focus is.
What did you do? What did you do? Just take one big blank and just start writing on it?
Why not?
Yeah. Oh, here's you know what? Here's a this is a good question. Mike, why did you form Ego? What's the story behind the band? You said something like Fugozi. Talk about it.
Oh, sure. Okay. Ego was the thing after Go, and we played some shows. We did a little mini tour with Sticks and Stones. Now that I remember it, yeah, we did 2 7-inches. It was just a project. Go was over. I still like writing on that one. Like No Mistake, I did all the music and lyrics. Although I really kind of pushed our bassist Charlie to I'm like, oh, okay, like here I'm writing the structure. I write kind of simply. Do whatever you want with the bass. Go whatever you want. So he came up with interesting stuff, and like I was trying to do some things like Big Black or Fugazi things. So yeah, for me it was a little bit beyond Go, but everything I write sounds like Go anyway. So
you can't stray too far from it, right?
Yeah. Someone said about the book, dude, you want to do a book? I got the scans. I'm not going to put out a book. I got shit to do in my life.
Hey, you know what? This book here that I just put out, took me. It took 5 years to put together.
Well, okay, it'd be easier with mine because mine's just scanning and laying it out.
It just turns into a. It turns into a quagmire inevitably. And the biggest problem I had doing this book was the design and the layout.
Sure.
I went through about 6 or 7 people. A couple people in the hardcore scene didn't really want to do it or couldn't do it. Then I went on Craigslist and couldn't find a couple people. It wasn't until I dated a gal who had a background in design did this thing get done a couple years ago.
And I'm enjoying the book. There's little snippets in there like that I'm glad I mentioned, like the Crumb Suckers used to do in Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
The fact that someone pointed out that the Iceman it came across as more professional, and it made me think, oh yeah, they did come across as. I don't even know how or why.
Well, we're starting to get moving on the New York Hardcore Chronicles Volume 2, 1990 to 1999. So I'm going to be in touch for some commentary on a couple of, because ABC No Rio, of course, is going to play into that. The next 10 years. So I'll be in touch. Here's a cool question. Wait. Okay, I like this question from Andrew Vandenberg. What would one New York band be that was really good but just never got their due? Was there somebody from that era, from your era there, that you felt was just spectacular and they never really got their just desserts? Anyone come to mind?
Oh, I don't know.
Brendan will answer for you.
Brendan,
Damage.
Wait, they got their due. They had that great album.
And then Chris Buckley says Stillborn.
Okay.
Yep.
No, Damage is one of my favorite records. I saw them like a dozen times. We played a show with them.
Out of Control. When will you admit that No Mistake was the best band you were part of?
Yeah, I wonder who wrote that.
That's funny.
Well, I'll have to say, No Mistake had a great singer. And I actually, Greg, for what it's worth, I should have stepped back more and
This is a great shot.
develop more as a singer. So sorry about that.
This is a great shot. This is
this is by Rich Unhock. Rich, thank you so much.
is this Europe?
No. This is CBGB's. When I came back
No,
from,
that's not CBGB's. There's a ladder behind you. That's not CBGB.
that's CBGB's. That's CBGB's. It is. There's
glove on your hand.
Yeah. I wore gloves a lot.
You look stacked there, man.
That was after my bike trip.
Damn, bro. Look at the bot. Look at the bot on that kid.
But remember that picture of me with that big pack on my back? You do that for 10 weeks.
Yeah, huh?
You come back looking pretty good. I'll never look like that again, I'll tell you. So thank you very much.
Here's a couple more. Sarcasm, crackdown, citizens arrest, bad trip.
Oh yeah, of course. See, I don't know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, that's SFA. Yes, we know. Yes, I'm just putting up the last of the pictures that I didn't put up. That is SFA. Absolutely. I wasn't assuming that was anything but here's another one. I'm just putting up the rest of the photos that I was sent that we didn't. Here's a cool one labeled 1987 Jason Crackdown. Speaking of Crackdown.
Oh yeah.
There's a cool one. Huh?
Yeah. There's me and Jason in the doorway.
And that, by the way, hold on. Let me clear the deck, Brendan. That, of course, being the front door of CBGB's, and look at the two records in his hand.
Yeah. So I'm selling him Cause for Alarm and Negative Approach, which of course I later bought back for a little more than I sold them for, but for $50 for the pair.
Yeah, but boy, looking at this picture here, and seeing those doors, and I'm sure Brendan, you could relate to this. I could hear in my head the sound of the sound those doors made when they closed. Like when someone went out and they slammed shut. I have that sound in my head. I'll never forget it. The sound of the CB's door, like opening up and hitting the wall and then slamming back down. Yep. There you go. Let's see what else you sent me that we could.
I sent you too many pictures. Sorry about that.
No, it was good. No, I like what you did, and it's been a good show and tell kind of show. So it's been enjoyable. This is an interesting picture of early Sick of It All, right? Yeah. And there's you in the mix there with a Cheerios shirt on.
I have that shirt on in so many pictures. My God. Let's see. There's Javier right in the front. There's the bouncer who I don't remember his name, the one who was missing a hand. I ran into him in like 2006 when I was walking around New York. It was really cool to see.
Wait a second, that dude's missing. I never realized that dude was missing a hand.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, just got a stump. Great guy.
There's Rob Echeverria standing in the on the background there in the white tank top.
And the fact is, if you're going to do a stage dive like that, like pull up your pants.
Yeah. Well,
who needs to see that?
It was an exciting moment. Here's one that's labeled 1987 Ludachrist.
Oh yeah. I think is that also by Rich Unhock? I don't remember. But
yes, it is.
But I really appreciate.
Here's a band that you don't hear much from is Ludachrist.
Yeah, well, the guitarist Glenn came from a band called Horror Planet, and he had the name Swami. They were a weird fucking band, but I loved Ludachrist. I saw them so many times, and it's always nice for me, my memory is not the best. So seeing a picture of me in a crowd, I was like, oh yeah, wow.
I was there.
Yeah.
Right. John Angeli says his name was Max, the dude with one hand.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Max.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
How does his watch not slip off? Was he wearing a watch?
He was.
Albatross on drums. Albatross. That's good. Funny, not funny. Funny. Yeah, that's good. That's funny. Let's see what else. Here's 1989 1986. See, I like when guests give me a lot of pictures because you could just walk down memory lane with these pictures. It's great. Here's you kind of chilling at CBGB's, right?
Oh yeah. Like whoever
Choose death as
Yeah.
opposed to the Wham choose life, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, that's another one with with the mohawk held up by glue, and
Once you put glue in your mohawk, like where do you go from there?
well, it's how it stood up. It was really easy.
But like, how does it wash out, or do you just got to live with it like that? And
Oh yeah,
forever?
no, dude. If it rains, it all just goes. Yeah. Any rain at all, any water, glue comes right out. I totally recommend it.
Right. Here's you in the Bullshit Monthly collection, right?
Yeah. I like I just love looking through them. Oh, so if you go to Mike's LOBS or Mike's Life of Bullshit, think of it that way. If you go to Mike's LOBS.blogspot.com, I've only done a dozen maybe blogs or whatever, but some of them are about Bullshit Monthly, and one has about a dozen issues where I made PDFs and put them up because they're great to read. In preparation for the show, I was reading a whole bunch of them, and they're fun. They're really fun.
RS70 says, "Fuck yeah, respects to the 1980 bouncer one-handed." That's one-handed bouncer. It's kind of hard.
Oh God. There's a quote in your book from I think Walter from Gorilla Biscuits.
Yeah.
Talked about Dennis and his superpower.
Oh yeah, that is funny.
That Dennis was this like big, hairy, sweaty guy. So superpower was that you didn't want to touch him.
Yeah.
So if he was there, you would just totally avoid that area. I'm like, oh God, I never thought of it.
Okay, here we go. You asked for it, you got it. Dennis from CBGB's in his glory right here. Probably saying, you want to have fun? I want to have fun. You want to fuck around? The show's going to be over. No fun for anyone. Right?
I am God.
Yeah. I am God. I will shut this thing down. I wonder what show that. I see BJ Pappas in that in the wall.
There's Jason Crackdown in the lower right. So probably him.
Look how many people have cameras. Like a couple of people have cameras. I wonder what show that is. Yeah, we see BJ. Yep.
Yeah. Jason Crackdown is like a forest ranger now. It's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah. It's really neat. He runs triathlons. I guess you run and you bike and you swim and all that.
Huh.
I get tired just thinking about that.
Is Dennis still around? Does anybody know? Is Dennis? Yeah. There's a couple people who've just like what's his name from The Usual Suspects, like Kaiser Sose, like they just disappear,
Mm-hmm.
So, Brandon says dead.
Is he really?
All right.
Oh,
there you go.
Legends never die.
Dead like fuck. Yeah. Yep. Was Mike involved with the Dear Jesus zine?
I was interviewed by them. That was pretty much Sam McFeeder's his thing. He did that. Great fanzine, really great. I've always appreciated his graphics and art. When you look at Born Against and Dear Jesus, it's really cool stuff. Real quality.
Right on. Last thing I have is got through all your pictures, bro. Was this an article in the New York Times about ABC No Rio? What was that about?
Yes. Thank you. So the first show was end of '89. So in 2015, there was a 25th anniversary show with photos and all this, certain amount of press. And that guy Charles Kirkin did that article was in the New York Times. I'm mentioned, I think, 2 or 3 times as Mike Bromberg, aka MBS, whatever. My parents, my dad died like a couple of weeks later, so he got to see me in the Times before. I was very thankful for that.
Cool. Rest in peace, Mr. Bromberg.
Yeah, that was weird. Like that was like the high point of my life was this show, and then the low point of my dad. Like the last time I saw him, and then the show, and I go back to California, and then he dies. So I go back to New York, and yeah, like May of 2015 is just this fucked up time for me because once again the high and the low at the exact same time.
Life is like that, man. It's like
actually,
the high highs, the low lows, and I try to just play it down the middle,
When I went back in 2016 for the unveiling of his tombstone, oddly enough, that weekend was the very last matinee at ABC No Rio after 26 years because they were tearing down the building. They're going to rebuild it. It's been a while.
Right. I mean, I don't know what the current status is, but I know it's an ongoing thing, right?
They've raised a lot of money and they've gotten a lot of grants. Sometimes there's really dedicated people working on it. They have shows in exile now, like ABC in exile. So they have
I saw that.
But I hope the building comes back. I know they have plans. I know they've raised millions of dollars. But I hope it comes back.
Listen, the past is dead. Long live the past. It's like, if it does come back, who knows what it would look like? I mean, I kind of feel that anybody who tries to duplicate or hold on to the past very tightly, is doomed. Personally, I like to be in the present and move, but pay homage to the past. I mean, I'm a documentary filmmaker, right? I mean, that document, that's how, but hey, Danielle in Italy, what's up? Welcome to the show. We're 2 hours and 15 minutes into it. Yeah.
It's just me, so you haven't really missed a whole lot.
Yeah, right. We're really just getting going. Which band did Go tour with in Europe?
Oh, it was a band called Decline. And actually, I just heard from Paul, the drummer. He just got in contact with me a couple of weeks ago, and it was great. For 5 weeks we were just all together. Like, thankfully, it was a 3-piece because there were 4 of us plus Greg. Hi, Greg, and the 3 of them just in this van with all our equipment. I think we only slept in the van one night, thankfully. And that was that was really something.
Danielle said she just came back from Dresden yesterday.
Oh,
Right.
good.
Dresden, my kind of town.
I'm not sure if I
there you
don't think I've ever been there.
Yeah, Dresden's an interesting place. Okay, what I think that was great. I think we're good. Well, anything you want to mention? Anybody you want to shout out?
Oh yeah. Hold on a minute. I made a list because I knew
this is it. Pull out your list, baby, and let's do it.
Of course, now I don't know where the fuck it is.
Look around for it. I'll look around for your list. I'll do a quick pitch here on. Somebody just posted about the book. Where did I just see that? One last time on the book. Somebody just posted about it, said how much they enjoyed it. www.stonefilmsnyc.com. Buy the book. Buy the ticket, take the ride. It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles, Volume 1, 1980 to 1989. Come on now. Stop your nonsense. I got to shout out Larry Kelly. Big shout out to Larry Kelly. He is a guy behind the scenes that is a big cog in the wheel that makes the Bowery Electric shows happen. And we thank you for that. He's one of the people behind the scenes that makes those shows as great as they are. So we love you, Larry Kelly. I want to mention real quick before we bring Mike back that this Sunday, December 26th, is the holiday show. I am co-hosting it with Hoya Rock. And we're going to have a bunch of special guests. So make sure you tune into this. This is going to be a great show. I mean, you know, you can figure it out. You know the band he's in. You know the band he's associated with. You know the history that me and him have. It's gonna be a great show. We're gonna march a lot of people through the show. Thank you, Larry. I know you have my back. You've shown that, and I appreciate it, man. I mean that. That said, so that's this Sunday. So please put it in your calendar. Police department, put it in your calendar. Did you find it?
I did. Thank you.
All right, you're on, baby.
Okay. Well, okay. First of all, I want to thank Mass Movement. They gave me this review that was just like the most amazing review I've ever had. So thank you very much. I want to thank Ronald. I just got in contact with him. He's actually he's working on a Go tribute album. And when I first heard that, I thought it was like a joke. And but it might actually happen. So who knows? If it doesn't, that's fine. But I appreciate the effort. There's T-shirts coming. I'm working with people in Europe and people with. I'm a guy here in the U.S. But I guess if I had to say one thing, I just want to say to everyone who booked a show, who put us up, who took our picture, who put out our record, who bought a T-shirt or our merch. When everyone who was at a show enjoying themselves, everyone who's Go meant something to, including the gay people out there. I know I've gotten some amazing letters over the years, people who we really meant a lot to. I mean, I think we also meant something to a lot of non-gay people too, but I think those people especially. But I think to all of you, just thank you for being there. Thank you for like everyone's like, oh, it doesn't matter if there's 100 people or 5 people, whatever. It's kind of nice when there's more of 100 than like 5. So if no one's there, it's just like another rehearsal. So having you there, it's just meant a whole lot. And so just thank you to everyone.
Fantastic, Mike. I want to thank you for coming on the show. It was fun. It was I learned a lot. Because I did, because my sweet spot isn't that era of ABC No Rio and Go and even SFA. Those sort of years there, I wasn't really around that much. I was on to other things. So one of the joys for me of doing this show is I get to do my homework and hear a lot of great music and learn a lot. I'm a musical archaeologist. That's what I am, man. Okay. So hey, I want to shout out Eddie Medina, man. Thank you for chiming in the whole show, brother. And I hope I see you soon, Eddie. Oh, here you go. Donald says Legion Productions are the ones working on the tribute LP. Can't wait. So
I'm actually one last thing about Addiction Fanzine, because that's the one from Germany. I've sent a couple people over to him. He does these. Oh, hi, Michael. He does, like with the interview, he does these amazing collages. So like
wow.
Interview on one side and then the collage on the other, and like he doesn't do just one. Like for every page, there's like this. So
that's really nice.
Now it's all in German, but if you want to get in, he loves meeting bands from like the 80s, from back in the day. So if you're a band from the 80s, I sent SFA his way. I sent Adam from Life's Blood. So I'll write that down. And the magazine has no E in it because it's German, motherfucker. But I just want to just thanks to everyone. Thanks to you, Drew, for having me. And I could talk all day at this, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen, I managed to rein you in a little bit. I managed to steer the unsteerable. You
Uh,
know, we got through it. You know, so have a happy holiday, and let's keep in touch, Mike. I'll talk to you soon.
dude, I'm Jewish. I already had a holiday.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying in general. You know, take care, my Jewish brother. I'll speak
Take
to you
care, everyone.
soon. Okay,
Get in
bye-bye.
touch.
Well, there you have it. Great show. Our guest was Mike Bullshit from Go, SFA, and Bullshit Monthly Fanzine. Thanks for watching, everybody, and chiming in. Addiction Zine, you're welcome back anytime. You know, yeah. Brendan, I'm sending you a message. You need to come on the show, man. Brendan, you need to come on. We need to talk about the old CBGB's days and SFA and all that. So we got to get it. Al Mitchell, you were watching the whole time? Big shout out to Al Mitchell and Circus of Power. One of my favorite bands back in the day, man. Love Circus of Power. You know, D, thank you. And Hegs, good to see you at the event the other day. Yeah, come on the show and talk shit about everyone. We don't really thank you, Don. Hope you're well, buddy. I really talk shit about people on this show, you know? And you know, also, I mean, we touched on this with Mike, and Mike, you know, brought it up in his own way. You know, we don't really get into people's sexuality, and we don't get into politics on the show. You know, it's just not this. We talk about the bind that ties us together, and that's music, and that's the community of music, and that's what this show's about. You know, so everybody have a great. If Christmas is your thing, have a great Christmas, and we'll see you back here on Sunday. Yes, we will get Brendan. Unless Brendan really don't want to do it, I'm sending him the book. Hey Eddie, you got to come on the show too, man. You got to come. We got to do some. We got to get some West Coast flavor, man. Some Oaktown flavor, right? Vincent, always happy to see you out there, Vincent. Man, I really appreciate it. And, you know, sorry I didn't see you at the last Chiller Con. I couldn't get out there, but, you know, Vincent's a big, I always see Vincent out at the Chiller Theater Con in Parsippany. We love you. Some of our big Chiller Theater fans, you know. Yeah, Eddie, we'll hook it up, man. So, Chris, thank you. You know, everybody, I'm very fortunate I get to do something I love with your support. So we'll see you on Sunday. Until then, do good things and good things will come.